Hallo und willkommen zur 13. Folge von Suzerain, zusammen mit Apfel.
Hallo.
Heute gehen wir auf die Beerdigung von Bernhard Circus. Oh. Ja, wir attenden natürlich.
Natürlich.
Dann gehen wir noch mal hin. Dark clouds were looming over there. They looked daunting as our convoy started approaching the century-old cemetery. It looked like it was going to rain, certainly fitting weather for a funeral. As expected, Bernard Circus passing maintained its media traction, and all of Saltland was paying attention to the ceremony, especially to what I would say in my speech today.
Sir, we have arrived.
Raindrops were running down the car window when Serge opened my door. He held an umbrella over my head. As soon as I got out, flashes from the cameras blinded me. It's okay, Serge. I will hold my own umbrella. Oder thank you. Das ist das erste beleidigend. Thank you.
It's my duty, Sir. Kannst ihn jetzt nicht seinen Job klauen.
He silently started following me while holding the umbrella. Ah, das wollte ich jetzt eigentlich nicht.
Ja.
Peter and Carl exited from their own cars in the convoy. They made their way over to me.
Anton?
Mr. President,
Also wieder.
I just wanted to inform you that the perimeter is clear and secured completely. There is no one getting in or out without our knowledge.
Wäre das der Fall, dann wären wir jetzt gar nicht hier.
Thank you, Carl.
Gute Arbeit, Karl.
Carl bowed his head with respect.
Good. If anything happens to Anton, you will have to answer to the First Lady. Oh Gott. And trust me, Carl, you don't want that.
Oh, Peter!
Oh, Peter!
Peter let out a laugh, which drew some attention from
Nein.
bereaved attendees.
Nein, Peter, du Trottel!
Oh, come on. Der macht einfach den Laschet.
Ja, ich wollte es gerade sagen!
Peter, you're being inconsiderate. I don't think any of us want that. Gestured Peter to lower his voice. You're the only one who can make a laugh at a funeral.
Oh, it can make me laugh at a funeral.
Can make me laugh at a funeral.
Ja, Gash said him to lower his voice.
Ich glaube, ich habe drauf gedrückt. I gestured Peter to lower his voice a bit.
You're right. Sorry.
It started to rain. Several unintelligible voices were heard from Carl's radio. He stepped out to reply and returned shortly. We have a small problem, sir. A few, 5 to be exact. Red Youth members are here to attend the funeral. They apparently said they wish to pay their respect to their fallen comrades. Should we let them in? Do you think they pose a security threat? Let them in. Let them in, but a few guards on them. Absolutely not!
Also, was haben wir das letzte Mal gemacht? Irgendwas haben wir letztens gemacht und es hat so gebackfired, glaube ich. Ich weiß nicht mehr, was unsere Entscheidung war.
Ich auch nicht.
Haben wir die...
Lass mal eins
ich will mal eins machen.
Do you think they pose a security threat? No, they were thoroughly searched. It looks like they really are here to attend the funeral. Let them in.
Ja, let them in, komm.
As you command.
Let's head over. They're about to start.
We walked towards the crowd, circled around the grave. Everyone in attendance was wearing black in mourning.
Morning.
The rain started pouring heavily. Bernard's widow and daughter Bernard's widow and daughter were in front row, staring at the coffin, with a mixture of disbelief, confusion, and above all, a cold, unforgiving sadness. Both of their eyes were very red and swollen from weeping. Before taking my place to observe the ceremony, I gave my condolence to Bernard's wife and his daughter, who looked at me. She reminded me of Vienna. When the religious ceremony was done, I was invited by the priest to deliver my speech. I took the podium. I felt like I had a lump in my throat. I couldn't get the daughter's eyes out of my head. Today we are here and we are mourning Bernard Circus, a father, a husband, and a loyal servant of this country. Towards the back of the crowd, I spotted the members of the Red Youth, wearing red shirts and black bands of mourning on their arms. They seemed ruly and were respectfully bowing their heads. There was completely silence, except for the sound of raindrops. Oh God. This is a great loss for all of us. I will confess that I disagreed with Bernard Circus almost entirely, but it doesn't mean that he deserved this. Our country can be a better place. Regardless of his ideology, this was a heinous act made towards a good man. We must end this cycle of violence. He was a true comrade, and he fought for what he believed in, his ideal version of Swordland, in every step of his life.
Eins oder 4? Es waren 3, kommt ein bisschen respektlos darüber.
Ja, 4.
4, komm.
We must learn from him. We'll make sure that unfortunate events such as this will never happen again. Circus had a dream of a unified Swordland. In these next months, we need to fulfill his dream and band together. I interpret this attack as an attack against Swordland, and by extension against me personally. I promise you this, the blood of Bernard will not remain on the sacred ground of Swordland.
1 oder 2?
Ja, dann 1. Let us all mourn the passing of Bernard Circus and remember him well. But hatred begets hatred. There is only one way to overcome this vicious cycle. We must unite against the evil of this world.
Das 1, eine Kriegserklärung.
Yeah. The tears of the family he left behind have a price that needs to be paid. I will not stop until it is paid in full. Ja, 1, hätte ich jetzt gesagt.
Ja.
Ich dachte gerade die ganze Zeit, er wäre ein Red Youth Member, aber er war ein Rechter. Oder?
Nee.
Er war auch ein Rechter?
Nee.
Er war ein Red Youth Member, der von den Rechten getötet wurde?
Gekillt wurde, ja.
Ah, okay. Dann habe ich ihn
Warum werden dann 5 von den Red Youths hier und wir haben Kameraden?
Ja, aber warum hätten wir sie dann nicht reinlassen sollen, wenn sie nur seinen Kameraden...
Ja, genau. Killed by a member of the Young Swords.
Okay, ja gut. Aber,
Ja, ich meine, warum werden da 5 Kommis aufgetaucht, um den Rechten bei der Beerdigung da
ja, aber dann hätte es Sinn gemacht, dass wir darüber reden, ob wir die wirklich reinlassen wollen oder nicht.
Ja, Nee, kann ja sein, dass die irgendwie Stress anfangen oder so. Das sind zwar nicht ihre politischen Gegner, aber Stress anfangen können die ja trotzdem.
Ja, fuck you.
Ja?
Wollen wir eins von seinen Gedichtern sagen?
Sind die Kommunisten?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Some attendees started clapping, some crying. The coffin was lowered into the grave by the gravekeepers. After a couple minutes, Bernard's circus was with their soil. No more.
Ach, da steht was with soul.
As we bid farewell to Bernard, I want to close with the words every soul lives by. Am Morgen am Escort. Wir haben das Achievement schon, wo wir das immer sagen.
Ja, stimmt.
Das habe ich das letzte Mal so hart durchgedrückt. Step down from the podium.
Ja.
It was time to leave. The widow thanked me with a soft and defeated voice before we dispersed. On my way back to the car, I still couldn't get the eyes of Bernard's daughter, nor the flattering voice of his wife out of my head. Would Diana, Monica, look the same way if something happened to me? Peter put his hand on my shoulder.
Ich glaube nicht, dass die so schauen würden, weil wenn die uns angreifen, dann sind die anderen 3 safe auch dabei.
Wer weiß?
Ja gut, außer so eine Briefbombe unterm Tisch.
Die Briefbombe muss natürlich unterm Tisch sein. Der liegt nicht auf dem Tisch.
Ne, es war eine Anspielung. Ja, eine Kofferbombe war das, stimmt.
Das würde mehr Sinn machen unterm Tisch als eine Briefbombe.
Und trotzdem hat der Tisch... ja, egal. Ich darf nicht weiterreden. That was a good speech.
I sensed only respect from his voice. Thank you. I mean it.
I know you do. Come on, it's time to go. We've got work to do. Das hätten sie auch in einen Satz packen können.
He was right. We had work to do. So much more to do. I realized that the rain had stopped, and I looked up. The black clouds slowly dispersed, and sunbeams enlightened our surroundings. As someone once said, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Hope was still on the horizon. Gut, dann war's es mit der Folge. Was machen wir nächste Folge? Nächste Folge sind wir in La Shaven. Wegen Briefing on the current diplomatic situation. Bin ich gespannt. Lasst doch ein Like und ein Abo da, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal vorbei. Goddammit. Und tschüss.
Tschüss.